Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. Welcome to this month's Tableau user group. Bunch of folks are joining in the room. Let's just give it a couple of more minutes for everyone else to sign in. We have a pretty fantastic session planned for you guys. Just give me a minute as we're kind of just admitting everyone that's joining into the room. So just as a quick notice, hey, this is being recorded. So if you join a little bit later, or if you're watching this at a different time, this gets posted onto Tableau's YouTube. So thanks for joining us there as well. So we're really excited to be presenting to you guys this month. We have a jam-packed schedule there. I still see some more folks joining, so I'm just going to go ahead and kick us off. If Celine or maybe Sean, you guys can just take a moment and monitor the participants and let other folks in, that'd be really appreciated. So cool. Let's get started. So thanks everybody for joining us for this month's Tableau user group. It has been a little while since we've gotten a chance to connect. We've prepared some wonderful content for you this month, particularly around using some cool drawing and mapping features within Tableau. We have some wonderful guest speakers joining us, and we also have a kickoff session to share a little bit more about Tableau Live that's coming up very, very soon. And we also have a networking session towards the end of this user group. So thanks for joining us and stick around until the very end. So without further ado, I think let's go ahead and kick things off. My name is Ja. I have my fellow co-leads here with me as well. We have Celine from Tableau. We have Sean joining us. Sarah couldn't make it today, so she sends her best wishes. And then we also have some guest speakers. So we have Dave Hart dialing in from London, and T, who's also based in Asia and here in Singapore, joining us. So please just welcome our guest speakers there, and then feel free to use the chat if you have any questions or any comments. Again, we love to be able to interact with you, so always happy to answer any questions there. So let's get started. Just a quick agenda of what we have planned for you today. Great to see everybody again. We're still not able to meet face to face yet, but hopefully maybe in the upcoming months we will get a chance to be able to see each other again, and as well with some of the new regulations coming out in May for Singapore, hoping everybody is staying safe and still distancing a bit. So without further ado, let's officially kick off our session. I'm going to invite Dave to share a little bit about something that he's built in his spare time called Tableau Draw. Dave is a technology consultant based in London. He is a previous colleague of mine and was a long time ago very, very active in Tableau and was a featured author. One of the bottom left charts there, just share with you guys, was something that he first wrote about in Tableau and taught folks how to make that sunburst chart. So you can just have a quick Google in Tableau Public, you'll be able to find it. Tableau Draw is a free tool that allows you to do some pretty awesome things with data points and mapping within Tableau. So without further ado, I will just pass it over to Dave to say hello and introduce himself.
Hi. Yeah, I don't need much introduction after that. That's very kind of you. Yeah, I haven't actually worked for Interworks for a while, but I did used to and enjoyed it a lot. It's a good company, so it's a pleasure to be back on here. Yeah, when I first went to Interworks, one of the things that I got really interested in Tableau was the fact that you could draw on background images, but one of the problems with it was that it was actually really quite hard to create that data And so a lot of people didn't use charts where you were actually drawing things, even like that sunburst chart there. So when I was there, I created a small tool to help me actually build the London Tube map. Eventually it became a tool that Interworks used, but it didn't really get updated, and it actually disappeared for a while. And so recently I remade it. Technology's moved on a long way, but there was still a need to have this tool to help you create some data. So I'm going to share my screen and we can have a look at it. This will stop other screen sharing. Okay, yeah. So portion of screen. So you can go to this, actually, it's free, it's live. It's at tableaudraw.com. The tool is designed to help you create data sets that you can use in Tableau, maybe to give yourself some kind of new visual structure to your data. Essentially, it's creating point data that you can bring in. It can work on background images, which we're going to look at in a bit, and it can also work on maps, which I think is very easy to understand. Let's just maximize this area a little bit. So it's got Google Maps on it, and what you can do is you can click on it and it will draw the points in for you. And if you look at the data here, you'll see it's actually putting these data points together for you, and you can draw lines and polygons. So a lot of map data is available nowadays, but perhaps you've got a client or you're putting a project together where you need some points that aren't available. And this is just a really quick way to get that data there. We've got a little option here just to delete the points. So let's have a look. If we perhaps drag over here and we've got a park, I can create a polygon, draw around it like this. There we go. And now we've got our polygon. Let's just draw around this one to create our other park. Very quick example like this. And we've got a little button in this data pane here that we can add the labels in. So we'll just put that in, that's Regent's Park. And this one is Hyde Park, like that. And perhaps you want to edit them. You can also just click on them here, zoom in, and then we can make these points a little closer like that. Just drag them around and get a nice outline for our park data. Okay. And then once that's done, what you want to do is get that data into Tableau. So you've got two options here. You can click download, and you can download a CSV or even a GeoJSON file that you can bring in. And that will download just like that, just to your file there, downloads that you can upload. Or you can actually just click copy here, and it will copy the data into here, and you can put them into Tableau. So it's in my copy buffer now. So I can go into Tableau, go to data and hit paste. And here's my two polygons with Regent's Park and all my latitudes and longitudes in here. And I could plot those like this. I'll just double click latitude and longitude, bring the shape ID onto the detail, and then we'll draw some polygons. So click polygon here. So we've got the shapes. Now what we need to do is tell it where each of the points are. And if we draw the points on, now you can see I've got my two parks. Let's just make it a little more obvious like that. And maybe put the map options on just to kind of bring this in a bit. Sorry, like that. And now you can see I've got my two parks. Can maybe put my shape label on the tooltip as well to see if that's Regent's Park and Hyde Park. So very quickly, I've created a data set that might not have been available before, and you could use this in a dashboard. So that's just a quick example. Plenty of other things that you can do here in maps, but I think you know, you're going to find that very intuitive if you use it yourself. Right, we can delete those. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to look at the feature that originally really excited me about Tableau, which I couldn't do myself, which was that you can bring these background images in and plot data on them. So I've got a small example here of some Singapore data here. We've got some hawker centers with some made up ratings. And here I've got the tube map. And this is sort of very common to see this. If you look on Tableau Public, you'll see a lot of these maps here use the geographical locations, but that's not really how people consume that kind of data. And we see a couple of people here have actually made good efforts on this. And I'm going to show you how to create one of these sorts of station maps now using this tool. So what we need to do is we want to start with a map. So if I've got some here, we can just bring on the map. You can just drag it in. And then I've got a few options here to help you draw more neatly. So we'll just take this down a little bit. We can turn a grid on like this and say snap to grid. And now what I can do is just start clicking down here and make my points. Now this data may be available, I don't know, but I couldn't find it. But you can see fairly quickly, you can just create these. And if they're not quite in the right place, you can just drag and drop them around like that. And then you could export the data. It wouldn't take very long, but it takes longer than I want to show you right now. So we have got a function where you can import the data. So I can show you the one that I've done before. So I can just drag my station points on here. I'll just overwrite my existing data and click OK. And there you go. We see you've got all my points in here now that I did earlier. Now, one of the things is it looks a little messy here because it's overlaid over the other one. So I've actually created a picture with just the lines and the names on it. And I can drag that on and we can just see that that's a little cleaner now. So we've got all our data. Maybe we want to add another one in. You can see I've missed one here. So I could just click that there. Maybe go to my data labels at the end here. Let's just put in DT11 because I missed that one. There we go. Right, and so now I can put it into Tableau. So let's look at how we're going to create this map. So I'm just going to copy it to the clipboard and click OK. And then we'll go into our Tableau one and let's just start now. So we'll go to the data and paste it in. So here are all my points. And what we're going to do now is we're going to edit the connection to bring in some station names that I've got here. So let's just edit the data source. And we'll add another text file in, which I've got here for the station names. Let's bring those in. Fittingly, I live near a train line, so you might actually hear a train line at the back. But what I'm going to do now is just tell it here that I want the shape label to join to the station code. And then now we've got our data set. So we can go off here and we can see we've got our clipboard data from the drawing tool, and we've got our station names like this, and we can start to build our map. So we can bring our point on, and we can bring our shape label into the detail, and you can now see the outline of the map there like that. We can bring the line onto the color and start creating our map like this. We'll sort the colors out in a second. But now what we want to do is show the background image map. And this is the feature that I really like. So if you go up here to the map section and go to background images and pick your data set, you can then bring the image in like this. So let's bring in the image. So we've got our MRT with lines like that. And what you need to do now is tell Tableau what the left and right are. Now, if you look back at the tool, you can see on this image tab, it will tell you the dimensions here. So it's 1569 and 1406. So we'll put that in there, 1569, 1406, and click OK. And now we've got our map here with all the stations on the lines, and we can use that to build our thing. Let's just quickly tidy it up a bit. Let's fix this at the bottom, start that at around 237. Click OK. Oh, absolutely reversed it there slightly, like that. Let's hide our axes like this. And then let's just quickly exclude that. And we can just set some colors, see if I can remember which ones these are. Orange, orange, downtown, it's that one. Blue, green, red. I've probably got these wrong, forgive me. Something like that. Pretty close. These are the wrong way around. But you can see now we've got a nice map here and we can work with it. What we're going to do is we're just going to bring some things onto the tooltip so we can use them, the latitude and the longitude. And we can see here now that we've got the information. So let's go back to our Hawker locations one. We can now bring our sheet on here. And let's get rid of that one. Just hide that. Hide the title, and now we've got a nice map that we can work with, and we'll just quickly create the dashboard actions to go with it. Just need to set these in. I'm going to change a parameter here so that our sheet sets its selected latitude. Moving a bit quickly here, sorry. Just want to show you that it works. So here's our sheet 6. Let's set our longitude in. Like that. And now what happens is we can click on the map at a point here and it will filter the nearby Hawker centers, and you can zoom into this and the background image will be rendered nice and neatly. You can drag around it, and now you've got a way to use this drawing data. So nice and quick. Hopefully that was useful to see. We're going to make some of these things available if you want to use these data sets. Let's just clean that up there. And have a look at the workbooks. So that's one example. We're just going to show you one more very quickly, just to show you that there are a few more tricks up its sleeve here. One of the things that you can do here is actually work with this as a web data connector. It's a bit of an odd thought, but you can get the data really quickly into Tableau. So let's say you're working with a client, or or you're just trying to throw some ideas together. And here I've got some made up data about some animals in Singapore Zoo. I think, well, what I want to do is bring a map in. So if I have a look here, I can do a little search, got all these nice map pictures. And I think, right, I want to use this. So what I can do, if I go here, go to my web data connector, I can actually directly go to the tableaudraw.com. It will load up and you can see you get this little thing here that says WDC, and this button has changed now to save to Tableau. And I can just drag this in like that. And the data is now here. We've got ourselves a link for this. We've also got the URL here that perhaps we can use. Just copy that image link for later. Oh, we'll just delete that point. Okay, so now what I need to do here is I need my kangaroo, I need my white tiger, I need my elephant, I need my giraffe, I do my giraffe and my lion, right? There we go. Let's go into the data points. Just quickly type those in. Kangaroo. What was the next one? White tiger, elephant, typing under pressure here. And then we had our, what was it? Our giraffe. Oh, no. And our lion, right. There's our data. And now what we can do is we click Save to Tableau. We get a little mention here. Click Save to Tableau. You wait a tiny minute and worry that it's going to work. And there we go. It brings it in. You can have a look. Here's my point data straight into Tableau, and I can create a new sheet. And what it'll do is create a small extract with our image data in it. So now we can do the same as we did before. Bring this on, point Y, bring my shapes on. We can see we're starting to get our map here. Our shape label has actually got the animal in it. So let's just create a small calculated field for the animal like that. Click OK. Maybe we'll bring that onto the label like this. All right, and we're going to quickly add our background image in again. So we go into here, the drawing tool, image data, add our image, and we can just type the URL straight in here like that, and we can put our width and pass 1105 and 1190. So let's just put those in, 1105, 1190. We can just go to the options here, make sure that we're always showing the whole map because we don't have points for all of it. And maybe we'll just wash it out a little just so it's easier to see the points click apply, and there we can see our points now, elephant, kangaroo, like that. Click OK. Now, because you could do this, there's a Tableau extension for the image map filter. But one of the things about getting points like this is that you can actually use data. So if I go onto my animal data here, you can see I can pull my visitor count onto the size. Make that like a circle. Maybe I can put that visitor count on the colors as well. Pick something else like this. Nope. And so very quickly, I've created like a data point on here. And now we can bring this onto our dashboard. We go onto our dashboard, bring our sheet in like this. Let's just tidy it up a little, hide the title, move this across. No one wants to see that. Let's remove that. And then I can finally just click on here, make this the filter, and now I can work with it like this. Kangaroo, see the data, pull over here, and you've instantly made something a little neater, given them a nice way to navigate through the data. All very quick and all really without leaving Tableau because of that web data connector. So there we go. There's a few things. It's got a few other little tricks to it, but I think maybe you can find those out yourself. Go and have a look at it. It's freely available, and hopefully you can create some nice dashboards and visualizations with it that have a little different angle. Some of the things that I've seen or that I've done with this kind of thing is perhaps doing like room plans, floor plans, circuit diagrams, that kind of stuff. In fact, even if you want to draw something completely blank, there's even an image option in here that says blank canvas, and you can create a completely blank bit, and you could just start drawing some squares or lines or something if you wanted to just create. Let's just put a little bit there. If you wanted to start creating a floor plan yourself, you can just do that. You don't even need a background image. So yeah, lots of options. You can search around here. There's a bit of help. It'll work in a few, also work in a different language in Chinese. There's a few languages coming soon, hopefully, to try and get it a bit of broader appeal. But lots of options for you to try to create maybe some interesting navigation things, some interesting data for people to work with. Yeah. So that's my lot. I hope it was interesting. Yeah, we can go from there. Jar, if you want to ask any questions or, yeah, just fire away.
Yeah, thanks so much for sharing, Dave. I've just posted tableaudraw.com to the chat. So folks in here will be able to get a chance to play with it. It's free to use. And I think something fun fact is that just Dave kind of built that in his spare time to try to help out some folks who might want to use it for fun. If you guys have any questions, please maybe post that into the chat, or you happy to reach out to me and I can connect you with Dave, or you can find him on Twitter. The kind of official Tableau Draw Twitter is just @TableauDraw. And then if you did need to ping Dave for anything related to Tableau Draw, reach out to him there. And then I've also posted up his own Twitter account in case anybody else wanted to reach out to him. So thank you so much.
It's mostly about guitars though. So not much Tableau stuff on there, sorry.
So yeah, we got some folks just saying, hey, thanks, Dave. This is really cool, from Celing Grace. And then Paolo is saying that it's going to make diagramming and plotting a lot easier. So thanks so much for sharing. And we'll have folks reach out to you should they have any other questions. Really appreciate it.
No worries.
Perfect. Well, thanks for the feedback, guys. Hope you find use out of that. And like to take a moment here to welcome our next guest speaker. T is a professional in data analytics and data viz. She's working with NCS here in Singapore. She's a Tableau Social Ambassador. She's a featured author, and she's also the co-lead for Viz for Social Good for the Singapore chapter. So you can find out more about Viz for Social Good at vizforsocialgood.com. And you can reach out to T at mintt102 on Twitter. So handing it over to you, T, to tell us a little bit more about map layers.
Awesome. Thank you, Jia. And it was a great tool and great presentation, Dave. Very inspiring. And I think it would be great. It would be a great tool to use together with the map layers features as well. So about map layers is a new feature available from Tableau version 2020.4. And before that, we all know that if we want to display different metrics at different levels of details, like state or city on maps, we need to use dual axis. But with this new feature, map layers, there's no limit. You can add as many metrics, as many layers as you want. Yeah, Chair, can please go to the next slide? Yeah. Okay, so this is the viz that I made about Singapore population, housing, and infrastructure. And I was very happy that it was viz of the day on 7th of April, just last month. So in this viz, I was experimenting with map layers, and I added in total 8 layers, like population, nature reserve, rail lines, and so on. Yeah, so this, next please. Yes, so my viz was inspired by these beautiful visas from Tableau Public. You can easily search by author or by the viz name. So the first one is Bangalore's Residential Hotspots by Kisley Benedict. And the second one is Tableau Map Layers by Mark Reed. And the third one, South Mountain Reservation by Adam McCann, which I think he may have used the map drawing technique as well. So yeah, after seeing so many beautiful visas, then I was inspired to try out this new feature. And next, please. Okay, so I know that data.gov.sg has some spatial data sets just from my work before. So I went there and I was looking for some spatial data sets so that I can experiment with map layers. So here I will do a quick demo of how I created my viz. So I will be sharing my screen now. Can everyone see my screen? Yeah. Okay, so here I am in Tableau desktop, and I maybe before that I will just quickly show you the website, because maybe a lot of the audience here are from Singapore. So you can go to this data.gov.sg and look for shape file. So there are quite a lot of shape file in different topics that you can download either as KML or shapefile SHP format. Yeah, so I have downloaded a few. So in Tableau, I will connect to my first layer, which is the dwelling zone and population. So I just click open. And here, so we need geometry here. You just drag it to detail and it will quickly create this map for you. So this is Singapore map. And as you see, everything is just one big chunk because we haven't told Tableau how to break down this map yet. Yeah. So I will want it to be broken down by planning area. So I drag planning area to details. So now when I mouse over, you can see that it's already broken down by planning area. Yeah. But I also want to break it down by subzone. Subzone is like a subset of the planning area. So now when I mouse over, you can see individual subzone here. Yeah. Great. So for the map, I just wanted to make it a bit cleaner. So I just go here, adjust this to 100% so that I can just focus on the map itself. Yeah, okay. So now I have this map broken down by subzone. What I want to do is to color it according to the number of the population because I want to see which subzones are the most populated in Singapore. So here, let's see which one, I think total. So total means the total population. So we just drag it in and immediately you can see like Tampines East is the most crowded subzone in Singapore. Yeah, so I have my base. So I want to add in a new layer. I want to, so for just the purpose of this demo, I will add in only 4 layers. But in my views, I had 8 layers in total. But again, you can add in as many as you would like. That helps you to tell the story, the data story that you want to tell, yeah. So next, I want to add in layers of the parks, different parks in Singapore. So I will add another data set, which is from parks SG shapefile. Yeah, so we need to join these 2 data sets. So I join them by the coordinate, X and Y coordinates. So this is for X and here is for Y. And here we go. So here you can see now we have 2 different data sets. Relax SG is actually the parks, yeah. So now I want to add the park layer in. So what I want to do is, okay. So I drag geometry from the parks data set and you can see this icon to add mark layer, just simple as that. So just drop it there. So this is my park layer. I want to rename it just to be clear. This is my, so this is my population layer, yeah. This is my park. So here I can see like different park, but I want to use icon to show the different parks in Singapore. So I would use shape. Oh, and again, right? Sorry. I want to show individual park by the park name. So for that, I want to look for the name of the park and put it to detail. So now I can have individual park name. Yeah. Okay. And again, I want to show it as shape. So previously I have downloaded some trees icons, which you can easily download from the internet. But remember to give credit to the author or the site that you download from. So I choose this icon just for the park, and we can adjust it. Yeah, so these are all the different parks in Singapore. Next, I want to bring in the trend lines. Yeah, so similarly, we add another data set. For rail line, we have rail line and rail station. I will just bring in rail lines for this demo. So again, I will join the data set. And here we have the rail line data set. So again, just add as a new mark layers. Right, so you see the gray lines here are actually the rail lines. So for the population layer, I would want to change the color so that the rest of the layers can pop a bit more. So I just use gray, and maybe I would change the border to white. Yeah? So now you can see other layers can pop more. So for the trend layers, okay, I want to color it according to the type. So very easily you can bring in trend lines in Singapore. And you can, of course, adjust the color accordingly, right? This CCL is the circle line. We have LRT, MRT, and we do have railway in Singapore as well, which is a bit surprising to me. Yeah, so now we have 3 layers here, right? And if you want to switch on or off any layers, you can easily do so by doing this, yeah. Or you can even shuffle change the order of the layers. Like for example, if you want to bring park as the upper layer, you can just drag it here. So now all the trees is on the top of all the layers. And finally, I want to bring in housing type. Because in Singapore, there are 3 main housing type: public housing, condos, and private landed house. So I want to see where there are the most HDBs, where there are the most private landed house. So for that, okay, so for HDB, right, this is the number of HDB in Singapore. So I do want to see it here. So again, I just use the same data set, subzone dwelling, because it also provides me the number of housing type. So again, geometry, pull it here, you create a new layer. So this layer is actually housing types. And I want to use density here. So number of HDB, I want to put it in colors. And currently, again, there's only 1 dot. So I want to show HDB by subzone, right? So I will add subzone to details. So here you can adjust the opacity, the intensity, and the color as well. So now I can see that Tampines East has the most HDB because it's also the most populated subzone, right? So I can adjust the size so I can see all the information. And I would like to show trees on top of my map. So I just drag it. So if you want to see, if you want the user to be able to select, because I have this black bar on top that cover my browser. Yeah, so you can create this parameter as well to let the user choose whether they want to see by HDB or which area has the most condos or landed properties. You can do that. Yeah. So we can see like maybe Bedok has the most landed properties and it's quite far away from the train lines, which makes sense because maybe these people can afford cars, so they don't need to stay so close to the train station. Yeah, so it's very interesting. This is a very fun project that I did and I really enjoy it so much. So if you have any questions, do feel free to reach out to me and I'll be happy to chat with you on this. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks so much, Dee. That was amazing. Definitely deserving of this of the day. So for anyone who wants to check out Dee's viz on Tableau Public, can someone help me to share the link in the chat? Do go check it out. If you have any questions for Dee as well, feel free to ask her. I think she did a very good demonstration of map layers and she went at a pace where I think most of us could follow. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Celine.
I'll just take maybe the next 5 minutes or so. I'll try to speed through this because we want to save some time for networking, for all of us to get to just have a chat with each other. But coming up real soon, as Sia mentioned earlier, is Tableau Live Asia Pacific, which is happening next Tuesday, May 11th. So this is going to be a virtual event. It's definitely free for everyone to attend, open for our region specifically. It's going to be a half-day event running from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can see here the rough rundown of the agenda, which you can take a look at the registration page. Some featured keynote speakers are definitely our executives, crowd favorite, Francois Argenstad, who's our Chief Product Officer, as well as Stephanie Richardson, who's our dearest VP of Tableau Community. So they have great sharings and great insights that we would love to hear from. And if most of you haven't heard of Shivi Jervis, she's going to be our guest speaker. She's a multi-award winning technology futurist. So she's going to have a lot of insights. She may not be so well known to most of you, but do tune in and have a listen to what she's going to say because I think it's well worth hearing. So into the breakouts, these are like 25-minute sessions each. They're broken down into 3 tracks. What's new in Tableau for anyone who wants to know what just came out, especially 2021.1, as well as business science. And then we have the data-driven innovation track for anyone who wants to know what's new in this world, and as well as data skills for all, which is really more about driving data skills as a career path and within your organization. And then what I am most excited about are the data discussions. So if you're not a fan of hearing presentations and you want to hear more people talking, having discussions with each other, tune in for the data discussions. We have Glow Up Viz, which I highlighted here with our dearest co-leader, Sarah Burnett, who we missed today, but you'll see her on May 11th. And we'll also have The Secret of Data Culture, Invest in People. So I think that's a session by Robert Curtis of Interworks. And then we'll have like 2 local sessions specifically for our region, Southeast Asia, which I've been very well involved in. So I'm very happy to see that come to life in Thai as well as Indonesia. So for any of our friends in the Southeast Asia region, tune in because these are going to be held in local language. And then on to roundtables. So if you are up to getting to know new people, connecting with people, building your network, join these roundtables. These can hold up to 15 participants, and all the topics are already available. So go on to the site, register, and have a look at what roundtables are interesting to you. You can create your own as well, or join any that's available. This is going to be in the last hour of the event from 2 to 3 p.m. Okay, so even if you do see a really interesting roundtable and it's already maxed out, you can still tune in. So if it's more than 15 participants, you can still tune in. You may not be able to speak out, but if you just want to hear the interesting conversations that people are having, you can still tune in to that. So if you haven't already noticed those little QR codes on the last few pages, here's a bigger one. So you can scan to register. And after you do, you can log into our Social 27 page. That's our virtual platform that we'll be hosting this event on. Use your registration email and your password and start building your schedule, because we're going to have a lot of sessions and you definitely won't be able to attend all of them, but you can choose those that are interesting to you. And if you see like any of the sessions that are clashing on the same time, don't worry, because everything will also be available on demand. So just to give you a bit of guidance what to do once you sign into the platform, you'll find a little home button on the left panel. That's the home page. So that's where you'll find the agenda. You'll find access to the virtual photo booth, which everyone's really excited about. Our Tableau Public Viz Gallery is back. So a few of our featured visitors are also up there. It's really cool, and they play very calm music in the background. So I just like tuning in there, just having a look. And other things like our new Tableau Community Hub, feedback survey, and a social feed. And you might wonder what's a social feed? That would be this cool little board that will be popping up every now and then. Definitely use our hashtag Tableau Live 21 to post anything that, photo, selfie of yourself or, with people. Yeah, and that's about it. So if that QR code didn't work for you, you can screenshot this link. You can quickly type it down, tabsoft.co/3EWE4BY. So register, and we look forward to seeing you live on 11th of May.
Hey, Celine, thank you very much for that. I'm really looking forward to Tableau Live. So please, I hope you all get a chance and time to give it a join. Always great sessions to learn. And I can't wait until we could do it in person again, but virtual makes it more available to everyone. So that's awesome. Hey, so like you saw, one of the things that they were doing is the opportunity to network. And I know that's one of the cool things that you love about these tugs. And one of the things that we kind of miss in here. So we want to try to kind of make this opportunity to hear you guys. You heard a lot of great presentations today, but we kind of want to hear out from you. So we're just going to do something real quick. This is just not, about 10 minutes or so. And we're going to put you out into breakout rooms. And it's just going to be about 3 or 4 of you guys in the breakout rooms. We'll try to pop in just to see in there. But hey, just get to know some more folks. Who are these people who take an hour of your time, to learn and listen about these cool presentations. So when you get into your breakout rooms, just quick introductions. Here's some ideas: your name, what's your day job, maybe just tell a little bit about your experience, and main thing, what is it that you really want to get out of these tug meetings, and just a little bit of conversation. So a little conversation, a little bit of speed dating, if you want in there. And so we'll kind of do that for about 10 minutes, and then we'll bring you guys back to the main room and we'll close it out. So you should be getting assigned to a room, and the rooms are being open. Okay. And I think there should be a link for you to join your breakout room. Should be on the lower part of your screen, I believe. Click on join the breakout room.
Yeah, I see most of them have joined, a few have not.
Yeah.
So if you would just like to just pop in your room. If not, we can also like move people around if they're alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll just like move a few people around.
Yeah, I see some folks are by themselves here. Okay. Can I move? Okay. I'll join room 7.
Okay, I will join, I think room 1. Yeah. That was really abrupt, Sean.
Oh, yep. We just got pulled back.
Just kind of pull in there,
Yeah.
but well, I hope that worked out. I think it, once we got the conversations going, they were pretty very good. I was talking with Kevin and Michelle. It was just great to really meet them and learn, some folks that join our meetings every 2 months.
Yeah, same for me. I was just talking to Alex and I got pulled back right in, like in the middle of conversations. I'm so sorry, Alex, but yeah, feel free to connect with any of us on social media, on our LinkedIn group, and we can always have another conversation anytime. And Grace as well, thank you so much for sharing your experience. She was like really lively and just ready to share. And I hope all of you enjoyed that little breakout room exercise. It'll be helpful to know what you thought about it, and we can also include it in future meetups.
Yeah, I think the whole point of this was that we see Tugs as a way to be a place where we can come together and network and make new friends, meet new colleagues, discover new opportunities with each other and maybe within the data and analytics space. And so we want to try to be able to facilitate and help facilitate those kinds of conversations. It's very much been kind of a one-way medium over the past, year and a half because of the current situation. And so we wanted to be able to add a little bit more dynamic interactivity to these conversations. So let us know what you think. Let us know if you guys have some ideas around how we can make it work. And then give us some feedback around, what you would like to get out of these Tugs, and we'll do our best to try to facilitate and kind of champion these ideas and continue to serve you guys. Yeah. So let us know. And thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah. So with that, I think that's a wrap for us. So thank you for staying on, joining the the breakout sessions. Just gonna share our LinkedIn handle in the chat as the last action item. Just give me a second.
I think Paulo had a question here, which one to monitor. I think our LinkedIn group is a good place to find out when our next meetings are. So please check that out. I think our next meeting will be in June. I think we were a little bit off this month, but I think later in June we'll regroup.
Yeah. So I just posted the link to our Singapore user group LinkedIn group. Feel free to join and connect with any of us. I mean, you can just find us all there. Direct message or anything is fine. And yeah, see you all at Tableau Live or the next Tableau user group. Thank you all.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.